Hey, welcome back to the Divine Channel. I am your host, Shannon Marie, and I'm so excited that you are here. This is the show where you get to call in, tune in, and awaken the wisdom already inside of you. Together, we are going to reconnect you with your truth, help you trust your intuition, and awaken the divine guidance already within inside of you. Whether if you're seeking clarity, insight, or just a reminder of your power, I want you to know that you are in the right place. And today, I'm back with another personal story because when something deeply impacts my life, I know it's meant to be shared. Today's episode is called Flip Your Script, and it's a continuation of our last conversation, Watch Your Words. Because once you start noticing your words, you cannot unsee where they're out of alignment with what you are truly desiring. So many of us are conditioned to speak from a habit instead of intention. We say things like, my back is killing me. I can't afford that. This is always happening to me. And we don't even realizing that we are reinforcing a reality that we actually do not want. So flip your script is the ability to stop, notice, and realign your words with your desires, even when life does not look like what you are wanting it to yet. Because most of life isn't about living at the finish line. It's about living in the journey. And through this journey, often we find ourselves in what I like to call the messy middle. The messy middle is a space where you know what you want, but the bills are still showing up. You're on a healthcare journey, but you're still struggling to zip up your jeans. You're feeling called to bigger things, but you don't quite have the clients yet. And this is usually where people quit because they assume something is wrong. But what if nothing is wrong? What if the messy middle isn't a sign that you're off track, but proof of your expansion? There's something I notice all the time when I work with women. When I ask, what are your desires? So many women don't even know. They've just been surviving, going through the day-to-day life, existing, taking care of everyone else. And trust me, I know this because I lived this. When my first business coach asked me, Shannon, what are your desires? I have to be honest with you. I had no idea. My favorite food was pizza because my husband and my daughter loved pizza. Our to-go meal was tacos because they love tacos too. And even my favorite color felt borrowed. I created my desires around everyone else. And underneath that, I was afraid to want. Because if I desired something and it didn't happen, I thought that it meant that I failed, that I wasn't good at manifestation, that I was stuck in lack, that I had a block. So instead, I stopped desiring. And one of the most powerful messages I ever received by channeling for a client was the desires on your heart are God's promises to you. And I share this with you because I want you to know that this actually means that your desires are not random. They're not selfish and they're not unrealistic. They're so intentional. My daughter actually has been wanting to go to Paris since she was 2 years old, and she's a senior in high school now. And you know what? We're going. Not someday. We're going now. We're going in the beginning of next year. And not only are we going, we're going to go to Paris, Rome, and Barcelona because my desire shifted. My desire became time, presence, and memories with her. Why wait for her college graduation when it can happen now? There was a time that I would have said, it's not the right time. We should have saved more money. What if something happens? That was my old script. Last year, 6 weeks before Christmas, my aunt invited us, our entire family, to go to Hawaii. Just 6 weeks is all we had to prepare for it. And instead of asking why shouldn't we, my husband and I asked ourselves, why not? We prayed about it. We felt called to go. And so, you know what? We went. And again, this is a moment where the old me would have said, it's not the right time. We should save our money for something else. Because what if something happens? What if I need that money? And I'm so, so incredibly grateful that I didn't let fear make that decision for me that year. And that's what flipping the script looks like. And here's the fun part. This flip your script work has been so impactful in my life that I was actually invited to be a guest author in a book collaboration writing on this exact topic. I shared my story, this method, and the moments where things shifted for me. Because I'm going to share with you a powerful technique that I teach in my coaching practice that is not just about mindset, but it's how we can change the way we think. I actually use this with my clients all the time. In fact, when I ask my client what tool they still use after working together, this is often the first one that they mention. Some use it daily in conversations, even with their family, in moments of doubt, in that messy middle. Because once you become aware of your words and intentions, your life begins to shift. So I want to introduce to you what I'm talking about. It's called SNAP, SNAP. And it didn't come from a book. It actually came from real life. When I first started my spiritual led, intuition based online business, the doubt was real. And guess what? It was loud. I remember standing in my laundry room, folding clothes, and my mind was spiraling, saying things like, who do you think you are? You're not qualified. What if this does not work? You know people are going to judge you. Maybe you felt that way before. And literally, I said out loud in that moment, Shannon, snap yourself out of it. And I snapped my fingers. I had to interrupt that story and remind myself of my truth, of those promises and desires on my heart. See, I ran one of the most successful solo dental practices in the state of Oregon, and this did not happen by accident. I already had the evidence. I already had the results. I already had people's lives that I had changed. That moment was not just hype. And that's where SNAP was born. So SNAP practice stands for S and stop. This is pausing that spiral, us questioning, us guessing, us talking ourselves out of it, the spiral, right? N is for notice. This is notice where your words are not in alignment with what you desire. And the A in SNAP is for align. Choose to go back into your desires and what you're calling in for your future. Choose your words, watch your words, right? Your words have power. The P in SNAP stands for praise. Thank God, the universe, spirit, the world, whatever you look at, I resonate with God most. So I thank God for everything that is unfolding for me and everything that has happened. I'm in gratitude. even if I have not seen it. Just in the knowing and the prior evidence, I'm in gratitude because I believe that gratitude anchors in your faith. Gratitude anchors in your words. So I want to give you something to do to anchor this in for yourself since we're talking about anchors. So pull out your journal if you can. If you need to write it on a sticky note, do. If you need to pause and come back and re-listen to this part, do that. But I want to give you a tool that you can tap into so you can shift this part for yourself. So I want you to choose one area of your life that feels messy right now. And then I want you to write down the story you have been telling yourself. And then rewrite it in alignment. Next, I want you to end with praise. And that's how your new script for your life is written. So in closing, I just want you to know flipping your script does not mean pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing truth over your habit, choosing you and your dreams and desires over complacency. Because your words have power, your desires are sacred, and the messy middle is not the end of your story. It's the becoming. If you have enjoyed this episode and something is stirring inside of you, I want to invite you to an opportunity to dive deeper into this work with me. This is the work I live, breathe, and walk alongside my clients every day. And I would love to personally invite you to connect with me. Come find me on Instagram at The Divine Channel, send me a message, and let's explore what working together could look like for you. There's no pressure, just connection, conversation, and a chance to see what is possible for you when you choose to honor your desires and trust your inner guidance. So thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Shannon Marie, and this is The Divine Channel, the space where we get to call in, tune in, and awaken the wisdom within. And if you have enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who needs to hear today's message. Until next time, trust your voice, honor your season and journey, and stay guided.